Bloody Hell is a 2020 Australian horror comedy directed by Alistair Grierson and written by Robert Benjamin in his screenwriting debut. It follows Rex, who is trying to get away from his problems by heading to Helsinki, Finland. However, more trouble finds him as he winds up trapped in the basement of a family of cannibals. With his inner monologue personified, can he manage to escape, save the others, and escape his past? Well, considering this is the start of a trilogy in the horror genre, I can't say yes to any of those. Anyways, our film starts off with the ever-popular choice of a girl running through the woods. Very vintage. This is young Alia, who is being chased down by her family. The actress here is Jessie Robertson. Attempting to drown herself, she's pulled out, and we are pulled to Ben O'Toole, playing Rex, who is trying to time the teller line. A not-so-selfless deed leads to him making it to Maddie, played by Ashley Lulbeck. However, this is interrupted by three masked thieves here to rob the joint. Rex might be in trouble, but Maddie's got that bulletproof glass.
Shut, motherfucker!
Or not. He tries to get this lady to hand over the gun, but she says no. I mean, if you got it, you might as well use it. Luckily, the Eight Divines smile, and after the only broke man here gets some backhand, the means of salvation fall into his lap. Over the course of the intro credits, we learn that while Rex did take out the three robbers, he caused an innocent death. We'll get more of that later. This all boils down to the simple math of an 8-year plea deal or a minimum of 20 years if found guilty of killing just one of the men. Essentially, being pressured, he takes the plea. Skipping ahead 8 years, it would seem his popularity has skyrocketed, both in good and negative ways. I mean, this is a business and private property. I think a manager or store owner could get them to leave. I would be annoyed just by all the flashing. We get introduced to Rex's subconscious, and while you might think he's the apparent mad one, it's much more of a back and forth between the two.
I saw that.
Heading to a previous place of work, he gets his stuff, and we learn that not only did his love interest fail, but also the full story essentially got buried. Rex is the only one who truly knows what happened. The most important information is his reasoning for going to Finland.
I shot a spitball at a map. Wait, that is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Going to the airport, we get a series of strange events, from this apparent fan to the strange couple who keeps staring at Rex. Doesn't help when Jack Finister, playing Uncle, starts warning Rex of what they're saying. Should be noted that this scene is inspired by the real events screenwriter Robert Benjamin encountered while at an airport. A foreign family kept looking at him and whispering in their native tongue. This got his mind racing, and he imagined they wanted to kidnap and eat him. He began contemplating what he'd do if that was the case, and the outline of the film was written at the gate. Back with the film, Father, played by Matthew Sunderland, follows Rex into the bathroom.
Oh my God. He definitely wants to get you. Tuck your dick away, quick.
Now in Sweden, a taxi forces its way into the taxi queue just in time to get and nab Rex.
Excuse me, what is that? Hey! Hey! Hey!
While this is all happening, an adult Alia, played by Meg Fraser, is reading Jack and the Beanstalk to her son Ollie, played by David Hill. However, her edition of the classic fairy tale is modernized in that she says blood of an American, not blood of an Englishman. Of course, the book says Englishman, so she's just making this up as she goes along. Waking up with Rex, we see he's hanging in there, but something isn't right. Luckily, his trusty subconscious is there to walk him through it, or in this case, hobble his way through it. Sorry, I gotta make these jokes whenever I can. My comedy skills are on their last leg. Sorry, I'll stop. Not because I think this is mean, but because when it comes to making more puns, I'm stumped. Together, they deduce that it's nighttime. This isn't the family's first time. There might be something useful in the stolen luggage, and...
It's a fucking family.
Trying to reason why they only took a leg, the conclusion reached is that the family is eating Rex and sloppily patching him up, so it's decided he'll chew his binds. Discovering via a grandfather clock it's 2 a.m., they realize he can't bite through. So remember the horror classic Misery? They realize they need leverage. And just like that, Ollie wanders downstairs. Luring him closer, Rex uses Blood Stump for blunt damage. This happens just in time for Alia to realize he's missing and wander downstairs with her eyes covered. Being startled when Rex speaks, we get a surprisingly kind, if tense, conversation.
He's not dead. I can feel his pulse. I might have broken his nose, though. I'm sorry about that. I felt like I had to.
However, things quickly get worse as the two get closer. With Ollie back in Alia's possession, she drags him upstairs. The sound of Alia begging Ollie to wake up actually wakes up the entire family, and with no way to remedy him, they are convinced by Alia to take him to the hospital. Not before the mother, played by Caroline Craig, goes full bitch mode.
Mitä sä teet sille? Että ketaat! Miltä tää tuntuu senkin narttu?
Things look grim, but then Alia has a moment. Well, after that bit earlier, at least they both feel the same way. Over at Finland's Grey Anatomy, the family learns from the doctor that Alia lied about Ollie falling out of bed. Discussing how involved Alia might be, she walks in on him talking to himself. We then get a romantic moment?
It's for circulation.
It's working.
Anyway, she says he can't kill her family, as in he actually cannot kill them. Now, if you're me, you'll be wondering if this is RE7 kind of family or not. Well, anyways, trad wife Zoe here gives the backstory of Potty and how he's the reason Rex will be made into 3 square meals. Seems he was born with the inability to eat anything apart from human flesh, and the family decided to indulge in not only feeding him, but eating with him. Alia repeatedly tried to escape, but got dragged back again and again. You might be wondering, why? Well, it seems in addition to flesh, Potty likes his sister. Not in anything unbecoming, but they want her there to keep Potty happy. She leaves him the knife and admits to wanting to be a doctor. Hopefully nothing surgery-related. Alia then says the best thing you can hear an attractive woman say.
You're not a vegan, though, are you? Because that'd be a turn-off.
What's a vegan?
Uncle shows up, and after a brief beatdown, it's the bandages that give away Alia's doing. Just as she comes out of hiding, the gang returns downstairs, dragging her away and drugging Rex. Now in Dreamland, we get a flashback showing how Rex dealt with the robbers and how only half the bank glass is bulletproof.
Come on, come on!
Well, he managed to track down and save Maddie, but the final thief is still standing. However, we learn that the nut shot isn't what got him, it's the fact that a stray shot from the thief kills an innocent woman. Personally, I think the blame should have been laid on the thief for that death, and not Rex, but anyways, Maddie now leaves him. We then learn that every spitball landed on Finland, which is the most luck of some kind I've ever saw. Speaking of saw... Freeing a hand with his captured knife, he manages to score a critical hit on Uncle, and then frees himself. The 2 brothers, Gail and Gideon, both played by Travis Jeffrey, are shown to be the only others currently in the house. Back downstairs, Rex goes full TSA and loots through the luggage for anything of value. He then has a bit of inner conflict over saving Alia. He then has a rather ironic line given time.
It's getting back to the life I had. Getting the fuck out of this place. Getting back to my friends in the good old USFA where we don't fucking eat people.
Channeling his inner Bruce Campbell, he constructs a makeshift leg, not on par with the hand, but does the job. And he even makes it outside, leaving the house. The rest of the family returns home, spotting his absence and the corpse. They start to panic, thinking what their next move should be. Looking on the bright side, Father speculates that he will freeze and make a fine TV dinner. Okay, it doesn't say that last bit, but come on, it would have fit. Just as one of the brothers is about to tell everyone that Alia patched up Rex, he starts spurting blood. For in actuality, Rex never left, instead hiding beneath the table with a nail gun. Even on one leg, he makes quick work of the family.
I guess you don't watch the news that much, huh?
The mother is the only one to get back up, and Alia manages to snuff her out with an ironic line. We then get another pretty good line.
We just killed your entire family. How do you feel about that?
I have mixed emotions.
It's fair.
However, with the family down, it's time for the boss of the movie, Potty, played by Caleb Inoka, who may be a rugby player. Not 100% on that, though. Anyways, he's much stronger than Rex, and Rex, well, he's clinging to a fridge door and having a, romantic moment? Back in reality, Rex is fighting
For my life!
He soon gains the upper foot and puts said foot in Potty's mouth. Oh cool, the hula girl also only has one leg. Skipping ahead, we see that this has been Rex recounting to a table. Meanwhile, Alia has her own inner voice friend, who spots some flirting and has her own imagination moment. We also get a post-credit scene revealing that there is a third brother, or the kid is a cannibal like Potty. I don't know, but there's a trilogy in the works, and I'm more than ready for seconds and thirds. Bloody Hell was filmed on a low budget. How low I can't determine, but it did gross $28,037 domestically with an additional $72,147 worldwide. While the film claims to be in America and Finland, the actual filming was done in Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. Most likely done for a discount on filming by the Australian Films Guild, the writer looked at Australians to play the lead role. Some actors who were considered pre-O'Toole were Jai Courtney, Travis Fimmel, Brenton Sweats, and Alex Russell, who all turned the role down. Rex wasn't the only one with multiple actors considered. Marta Dusseldorp was originally approached to play the mother. Even the director position was offered to others. Director Peter Cornwell, of The Haunting Connecticut fame, was slated to direct, but due to a scheduling conflict could not. Director Sean Brine, of The Loved Ones, supposedly loved the script, but was turned down when he claimed to need more time to prep than they could allow. The part of Potty was cast when they spotted Caleb Inoka walking down the street. The character Pete was played by Joshua Brennan, who additionally performed as O'Toole's body double for scenes when both Rex characters were on screen at once. Travis Jeffrey was the one to add character to his dual role, as in the script both characters were written essentially the same and interchangeable. While the character Rex was tied up, the actor's hands were only tied when the rope was shown. Any other time he was simply holding onto a pipe. An outbreak of gastroenteritis, that's how you definitely pronounce that, broke out among the crew but was quickly remedied and did not hit the main cast. One major change to the film was the backstory reveal. It would seem the test audiences seeing the original film where the backstory is only revealed come the end found they couldn't find a reason to like the main character. I guess basic survival against cannibals who take your leg isn't enough to have empathy with. Also, the close-ups were of a real amputee's leg. The man is sadly not credited. The first release of Bloody Hell was 9th of September 2020 in Brazil and Germany. In Germany, it was shown off at Fantasy Film Fest. 8th of October 2020, it would show in Australia, which some sources say is the premiere date. A date later, it was shown in the USA at Nightstream Film Festival. Its last release was in France on the 4th of November 2021, digitally. Brad Shield was nominated on his work for Best Cinematography at the 10th AACTA Awards. At the 2021 APRA AGSIC Screen Music Awards, composer Brian Katia won Best Film Score of the Year. The film was also nominated Golden Trailer Award for Best Motion Poster. This is a category that exists, while there is still no category at the Oscars for stuntmen. Bloody Hell is an enjoyably fun romp that, despite being an hour and a half, definitely feels like less. This isn't a negative exactly, just that the film pace and feel makes it more like 45 to 50 minutes made for TV films. The only part where this comes at a disadvantage is in the final fight. Perhaps you can blame me for having an imagination run wild here and saying he can't kill them, but they just got wiped. Seems like once the film got going, it simply ended. That being said, what we did get was enjoyable and well acted by all, especially when you learned the actors playing the family were Australian and learned the language phonetically for the roles. O'Toole was a highlight in both his roles and honestly made the film. That being said, no one fumbled the ball on this. The action can get over-stylized at times. During the final fight it was great, but knocking out the kid or defending himself from the needle ended up being rather distracting and slightly annoying. One oddity I noticed was during his escape, Alia isn't there in her cage. Now this leads me to two theories. Either they dragged her up and down to her room at night, then down to the kitchen, or that bit was in his head, which he wouldn't know she's there. That's why his conscience smiles, and then he hides under the table. That small detail aside, I look forward to a sequel, with my only wish being that he tones the stylized parts down. Again, it was only moments where it was distracting, as stuff like the winking magazine never really happened again. Still, like I said, I look forward to the sequel. Also, like I said, vegan is not attractive or a personality trait, Sharon.
Yeah, I'm lighter.
Okay.
You see?
Hey, hey! Not the time.
All right.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.